YouTube, what's up? It's your boy King, man. All the Pistons fans that's out there that's still surviving. It is a tough time to be a Detroit sports fan. Obviously, with our franchises, with several of them in rebuild mode, it is definitely a tough time to be a Detroit fan in general. So, Detroit Pistons, let's talk, man. Over the several of the last games have not been successful. You've seen things here and there, but you haven't seen consistency. You haven't seen the effort out there from players. Players are wondering if they're going to get traded. It's just something that's sticking in the back of a player's mind, and I hate when those reports come out and people put flames to the fire because it makes it hard for players to focus and really lock in, thinking about the situation and them being traded away. So it kind of takes away from the spark and the effort that your team could have. Obviously, with guys like Luke Kennard, Andre Drummond, Derrick Rose being brung up in trade situations, it's not always a good thing. Some players can deal with it, some players can't. Derrick Rose being the type of guy, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan-esque when it comes to playing hard and working hard. So you're going to get hard play out of Rose regardless. But younger guys like Andre Drummond and Luke Kennard, even though Kennard's not playing right now, that could take a toll on you mentally. You want to be somewhere, you want to stay with a franchise, but that franchise wants to get rid of you. Whatever we may feel as fans, it's not going to be the same way that the athletes actually feel because they're the ones that's out there playing. They're the ones that have to move their families. So it's a little bit different. So you just haven't been seeing it much. Dre had a 2020 last night, man, but the Pistons were destroyed by the Raptors on defense. The Raptors defense was, swarming yesterday. The Pistons were not comfortable whatsoever. In the first half, I feel like the effort wasn't there. So that's just that. It's been a thing going on, with the Pistons over the last several games. So Reggie Jackson, what was looking at 23, Rose 20 plus. I think he had 22 himself. So the usual suspects, but Mikhailuk is the breath of fresh air right now for me. When we first got him, a lot of us were calling him, a poor man's Luke Kennard. Well, actually, he's been on a streak and has been more consistent than Luke Kennard has ever been. Luke Kennard had some high-scoring games here and there, but then he'll go right back into the darkness. Mikhailuk has been consistently shooting the hell out of the basketball. He has to brush up a few things with his game as far as handling the ball and making better decisions. He's horrible at passing. Oh, man, there's a turnover waiting to happen sometimes, man. But Mikhailuk, being a young player like he is, a second-year player, technically a rookie for me, man, it is definitely a fun thing to watch, man. He is definitely going to be a really good player, and I'm glad the Pistons got him from the Lakers. Thank you, Lakers. But he has been a joy to watch, man. The boy, his hype has, dimmed down finally. Haven't really been able to do too much since those first couple of big games. But, that's the thing when it comes to rookies. And that's what I'm talking about. The inconsistency with rookies. They hit walls. They go through things. It's just, that's just young guys, man. That's young guys, that's young basketball. So, no knock to any of the young players. We keep Luke Kennard, him and Mikhailuk are going to be a danger on the wing, man. They are going to be a danger on the wing, man. Definitely can shoot that basketball, but Luke Kennard just has to stay healthy. Luke Kennard is young, but he has the knees of a 50-year-old man. So, this guy has to get healthy. They're looking at after the All-Star break or right before it. We'll see. But the main thing right now is the trade deadline with, like I said, Andre Drummond, Derrick Rose, and Luke Kennard. It's not looking good for the Pistons, to be honest. A lot of us thought that, Andre would have been gone by now. Some of us want him gone. Well, most of us want him gone. Some of us don't. I'll say that just off of reading what's going on Twitter and what's been going on in my comments and, you know, putting my ear to the ground and listening to the fan base. A lot of us don't want to pay him what we think he's going to demand, but, you know, which is absolutely understandable. But the thing is, people like me, have yet to see Andre Drummond being put with another superstar that doesn't play his position. You know, him and Blake Griffin, you know, I mean, you can't feed Andre Drummond with Blake Griffin. You need somebody that's going to be a star at the guard position. Simple as that. We've been talking about that for a while, and I don't think the Pistons going to have that anytime soon, so it's probably best that he does get traded to another team where they can provide that for the young guy. I mean, the Pistons just have not been able to do that, which is absolutely frustrating. After, you know, the amount of years that he's been here, you have failed to get this guy, you know, that leader, that floor general, the person that's going to make him flourish. You just have not been able to get that. We always have some guard that can't shoot. You know, it's always something, you know, with the Detroit Pistons. It's part of the reason, like I said before, why I don't trust this franchise when it comes to drafting and, you know, free agency and stuff like that, because, you know, guys that they obviously should have had in the past, they just skimmed over. Imagine if we had Donovan Mitchell right now instead of Luke Kennard. Will we be talking about trading Drummond? Probably not, because Drummond probably would be a much better player. Having Donovan Mitchell at the helm. So, you know, it is what it is. We always pass up guys that we should get. Like I said, we took Savitas, you know, instead of, you know, I'm trying not to bring that up, man, but it's just relevant. So, Thon Maker had 1 point last night. It's just, I mean, come on, bro. It's just like, you know, the trades have been, I mean, come on. You know, like I said, we traded Tobias for Blake in the first place. And, you know, I was one of the few YouTubers that was against it from the beginning. And now the Pistons fan base are seeing the result of what it was I was talking about, how toxic his contract is and how unreliable Blake Griffin is and has been his entire career. So these are a bunch of topics we already know. But when it comes to trade, nobody's giving you a first-round pick for a rental in Andre Drummond. Nobody's giving you a first-round pick for Derrick Rose neither. So as far as trading those two, it's not really looking that good. I don't think a team is going to be that desperate this year. Pretty much the teams that are going to tank have already went into tank mode. I don't think it's anybody that's going to do anything stupid out there. So as far as us getting what we want for those guys, it's not looking likely. Will the Pistons get desperate and just try to force something and make it happen and trade guys for nothing? That'll be a typical Pistons thing to do. So we'll see what happens with that situation. It's not like, you know, Dwayne Casey's job on the line or anything like that. You know, nobody's going to get fired. So they may not hit the panic button like, you know, Stan Van Gundy did and screw us over for the next, you know, for seeing 5 years. Like Stan Van Gundy did. You know, he screwed us royally. A lot of the things that's going on right now is because of the inability to have Blake Griffin on the court. I mean, let's just keep it real. When your star player is not playing basketball, it just sucks for everybody. Guys get traded, coaches get fired, or start to get the conversation to come up because it's a lot of Pistons fans out there that actually don't like Dwayne Casey, which is absolutely asinine to me. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, at this point, I don't know what's going to happen with the Detroit Pistons in this trade market because it just doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look good. You might throw Luke Kennard in there to try to sweeten something, but you know, like I said, this dude, he can't even stay on the court himself. So, I mean, it's just depressing. It's depressing as a Pistons fan. I know it is, everybody. And like I said, I totally agree with everybody's opinion. Everybody's opinion, you know, when it comes to keeping a player, trading a player, this, that, and the third. I absolutely agree because you have the right because of the biggest mess that we have um, in Detroit right now is the Pistons because of the injury situations. You know, it's just been up and down and inconsistent all year. Haven't had a consistent roster all year. You playing, you know, musical chairs with these guys, so you're getting musical chairs type of performances. You don't have any consistency from top to bottom. The only consistency that you have is Derrick Rose is scoring and Andre Drummond's rebounding, and that's about it. And Mekhi Luke and Langston Galloway have been shooting the hell out of the basketball, and Tony Snell has been shooting well too. But let's just keep it real. Tony Snell haven't been, you know, he hasn't been available all the time. Markieff Morris hasn't been available all the time. You know, you got inconsistencies with Christian Wood and you know, Sekou and Thon Maker. I don't understand why he's still on the team. You got, you know, Bruce Brown out there is typically the same player as last year, just, you know, a little bit better when it comes to attacking the basket, but he doesn't do it too often. You know, Bone barely ever gets a chance to even sniff the floor. So, you know, those are your situations, man. And, you know, the Pistons don't really even have to go for a tank. They're going to lose games anyway because of the situations that are happening. And it's just devastating, man, because like I said, it starts with the guy that was supposed to be the nucleus, Blake Griffin. So, yeah, it's hurting everybody. And some things are going to happen that a lot of fans are not going to like because of it. Players are going to be traded. And if not traded, you know, it's just going to create even more frustration and anger in the fan base. A lot of emotional fans out there, man, that, you know, can't hold their composure. They don't have patience. They have zero patience, man. So, yeah, and it's hard for people like me to get on here and preach patience to people and, you know, try to look for the bright side of things and come on here. I'm not going to come on here and lie to you guys. That's why you haven't seen me over these last, you know, this last week or so. Like I said, it's going to be hard to stay motivated to make Pistons game-by-game videos because it's the same thing over and over and over. And it's just not fun. It's not fun for anybody. So I try to spread it out and just give a general talk about what's going on with the franchise, any news, anything like that. And that's just the way it is. So, like I said, any scenario that you guys want to leave in the comments, man, trade scenarios, you know, anything you're unhappy about, you know, it's all fine and dandy with me. Just let it rip, man. You know, like I said, I generally agree with the fan base, man, because the Pistons just have done a disservice to the fans and the players that they did have and do have now. They just have done a disservice, man. You know, making boneheaded decisions. We have a boneheaded owner, so I don't know. You know, we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, you know, we got players like Derrick Rose and Andre Drummond that may not be traded. That may not be traded, man, unless the Pistons get desperate. So we have to wait and see, man. We have to wait and see, but first round picks does not look like what teams, all the teams that were interested in Dre pulled out. All of them. And as far as Derrick Rose, some people hoping him going to the Lakers, that's not gonna happen. The Lakers are not giving you a first round pick for Derrick Rose, and that's the asking price. So Derrick Rose came out again publicly and said that he wished not to be traded. We actually have a player of his caliber that wants to be in Detroit. How often does that happen through any of our franchises? He actually wants to be here, and he actually can still play. Usually it's guys that can't play anymore. He still can play basketball, obviously, and he wants to be here. So, and a lot of the fans want to ship him out. So it is what it is. To me, trading Derrick Rose is not going to help your franchise. I'm sorry, you're not getting a first round pick for him. I can care less about some type of mid to late round second pick. You can keep that. I'd rather keep my favorite player in Detroit for that. then that's all teams are going to offer you for Derrick Rose. I don't care how many 20-plus point games he scores. You're not getting a first-round pick. So forget it. Yeah, but that's that, man. That's pretty much that. That's what's going on with our franchise. So leave it in the comments. Let me know what you guys are feeling at the moment. You know, like I said, everything is understandable, man. It's just a frustrating time to be a Pistons fan. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all that's stuck with me through this process, man, because like I said, it's not good times for the Pistons. It's not good times for me on YouTube. You know, the subscriptions have stopped. The views have slowed down tremendously. So, you know, when your teams are unsuccessful, it causes unsuccess for other people as well. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all that take the time to watch my videos and that still rock with your boy. And if you're a newcomer, hey, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man, and hit that notification bell, because whenever I come on here, I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you 100%. And I'm gonna try my best not to be the emotional fan that you see out here and come on here and give you a bunch of emotions. I'm just trying to paint a picture and hope people understand what I'm talking about when it comes to our franchises in Detroit and how untrustworthy they are. And while I'm not so open to doing some of the typical things that other teams do, because Detroit is unique and it is different. And I just want people to understand that. So yeah, leave it in the comments, man. I'll catch up with you guys. I've already been talking entirely too long. And I'll see you guys in the live stream. Peace.